Barcelona survive scare in Valladolid to keep title dream alive. In a night soaked with tension and a touch of chaos, FC Barcelona clawed back from an early deficit to secure a gritty 2-1 victory over Real Valladolid at Estadio José Zorrilla, keeping their La Liga title push very much alive and turning what could have been a slip into a defiant statement. With the second leg of a monumental Champions League semi-final looming against Inter Milan, manager Hansi Flick opted to roll the dice. The German tactician made wholesale changes to his starting 11, banking on squad depth to carry the load. But that gamble nearly backfired. Early shockwaves, Sanchez strikes. The match could not have begun on a worse note for Barcelona. Just 6 minutes in, the home crowd erupted. Ivan Sanchez, Valladolid's ever-reliable midfield maestro, found a pocket of space on the edge of the area and curled a stunning effort past Marc-André ter Stegen. The stadium vibrated with belief as the underdogs took an early lead. The goal was not just a wake-up call, it was a blaring siren. Barcelona looked rattled, disjointed, disconnected. The cohesion Flick's side had built over the last few months seemed to have evaporated, and the energy in the away dugout turned anxious. The players on the pitch, several of them fringe names looking to prove a point, simply couldn't settle, and the night only got more complicated. A debut derailed. On what should have been a celebratory moment for young Dani Rodriguez, the script turned cruel. Making his senior debut for the Blaugrana, the teenager lasted just 38 minutes before pulling up with what appeared to be a hamstring injury. The medical staff rushed on, but the verdict was immediate. Rodriguez would not continue. In his place came 16-year-old sensation Lamine Yamal, a boy with the weight of a city on his shoulders and a flair for rewriting scripts. But even his introduction couldn't immediately calm the storm. Barcelona limped into halftime behind and bewildered. Halftime reset. Flick rolls the dice again. Whatever Flick said in that locker room, it lit a fuse. Barcelona came out for the second half with renewed urgency, and two key reinforcements. Raphinha and Frenkie de Jong replaced Ansu Fati and Pedri, adding both speed and control to a side that sorely lacked it in the first 45. The Brazilian winger didn't waste any time making his presence felt. Known for his flair and fire, Raphinha has had a season of ups and downs, but when the lights shine brightest, he often delivers. Raphinha's redemption. In the 54th minute, the breakthrough came. Raphinha latched onto a clever ball over the top, raced past his marker, and with composure that belied the game's intensity, slotted a precise finish into the far corner. Andre Ferreira could only watch as the net rippled. Game on! That goal wasn't just an equalizer, it was a declaration. Raphinha's tally now stands at 15 goals and 5 assists for the season, making him the only player in La Liga to hit those double marks this campaign. A statement performance on a night when Barcelona desperately needed a spark. Fermín López turns the tide. 7 minutes later, the comeback was complete. Barcelona, smelling blood, surged forward again. This time it was Fermín López, one of the unsung heroes of the Flick era, who rose to the occasion. Positioned just inside the area, López met a squared ball first time and sent a low drive past Ferreira. The finish was clinical, the celebration pure catharsis. In the span of 7 frantic minutes, Barça had turned despair into dominance. The Valladolid crowd, once raucous, fell into uneasy silence. Ter Stegen's moment of magic. But even with the lead secured, danger still loomed. Valladolid, refusing to fade, pushed forward. In the 74th minute, they nearly found an equalizer that would have flipped the script yet again. A sweeping move ended with Kennedy breaking into the box and unleashing a low shot destined for the bottom corner. Enter Marc-André ter Stegen, the German keeper, who has seen everything from triumphs to trauma in a Barça jersey, pulled off a spectacular save, sprawling to his right and getting just enough on the ball to divert it wide. It was the type of stop that doesn't just win games, it saves seasons. The final push, Barcelona closed out the final 15 minutes with a mix of professionalism and poise. Flick's side tightened the line, suffocated the midfield, and forced Valladolid to chase shadows. By the time the final whistle blew, the visiting bench erupted with relief more than celebration. The win means Barcelona, at least temporarily, extend their lead at the top of La Liga to 7 points, though Real Madrid's clash with Celta Vigo tomorrow could narrow that margin. But more importantly, the 3 points serve as a psychological buffer, ahead of what could be a season-defining night in Milan. A night of risks, rewards, and resolve. This wasn't a vintage Barcelona performance. It wasn't